Alright, unmuting. Let's go ahead and boop. Been a while since I played this game. I might do a ninja run if there we go. Alright. So let's see. Let's go ahead and start a new story. So we can do a couple of these where it's just like one mission. This was basically the demo. Let's go ahead and customize the playthrough. I'm gonna go with the trusty old swim team captain.
You gonna try to get the chef's knife?
I'm gonna try to get the steak knife.
Yeah, steak knife, fast swimmer perk, and swimming captain is legitimately the speedrun strat.
Yeah, no, the swimming team captain is like the best character to play as, just for those reasons. Especially if you capitalize on the dexterity set. Let's see. I think I'll go with.
I think that combo is like a boss killer, as in there is not a single regular boss in the game that can stand up to it.
Yeah. Alright, and let's go with the 7th curse backstory.
I have to specify normal bosses because him or her really depicted as both.
Alright. So
Remy knows exactly what I'm talking about when I say
Alright, so classic mode, there's also an endless mode where you keep going until the end. And I don't think they ever did add the scenario mode like they said they would. I guess it's just taking longer. Alright, classic mode. So, we start with these 5 usually, but as you get certain in-game achievements, you unlock the others.
Yep.
Starting
so
with.
Let's go over each one.
Alright,
we have Kitakatalas, the spider god, the endless hunger.
Yep. And the reason for picking an old god in this game is that you have to set a specific rule that applies to pretty much anything you do in the game. So, for example, the rule for Kitakatarasu is Eternal Web. You can't run from combat. It will say something about invisible web strands blocking your way.
Also, every old god has certain events that can happen. Kitakatalas, there's the spider bite one and the finger in the spider web.
Yeah. Let's see. Itotu, the Devouring Fire. With the entropy effect, both your damage and your enemies is increased.
So it's a double-edged sword. You do more damage, but you also take more.
There's Othulazith, which I found the easiest to work with. Casting spells costing reason increases your doom meter instead. We'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into what the Doom meter means.
Alright. Goizo, the thing forsaken by God. Resting increases your doom penalty. So if you rest at home, your doom meter builds up faster. Again, we'll get into that.
Mm-hmm.
And then there.
We can just explain the
Goizo,
Doom
the
meter
thief
now.
forsaken by God.
Yep.
Want to see his head come off?
Anyways, we can explain the Doom meter now. The Doom meter is basically the progress bar for the cultists reviving the god.
It's
If
basic.
the old god is revived, there's no stopping it.
Yep. It's basically the in-game timer.
Nope. You have to complete all 5 mysteries and get to the top of the lighthouse before the Doom meter reaches end status, or else you lose.
Yep.
Because if it reaches end status, the old god is resurrected, and obviously the world ends.
Think of it like the old Carmen Sandiego games, where you're hunting down the criminal, but you only have a certain time frame in order to do that, and depending on where you go, you could waste time.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Next is a fish.
Which one? Oh, the fish. Igoteg, the irresistible gaze. Follow the commands or suffer its wrath. It will basically highlight certain places that you're not supposed to go, otherwise you get a doom penalty.
Mm-hmm. I love fish, bitch.
Yeah. Herald of the Shattered Court is an especially nasty one. Completing a mystery triggers an additional Old God Stir status. So basically, when
What? Oh, I was gonna explain, but you go ahead.
Alright, so basically, the way you're playing through this game is you have to solve 5 mysteries. Every time a mystery is solved, in between, they add an additional effect, whether, like, enemies are more likely to dodge your attacks, or you lose access to certain facilities, things like that.
Contaminated water is the worst because you can't rest in between mysteries, and resting during one raises the doom meter.
Yep, that's the worst one to get, especially early on.
And with quartz glowing, you can get that one so easily.
Yeah, but
And it's like 12 potential effects. So you'll have 5 active by the end of it. With this,
yeah.
you'll have 10 active by the end of it.
Yep. So that one's especially nasty to deal with.
Which raises the odds of getting contaminated waters from 1 in 12, so like roughly 9%, to 1 in 6.
Yep.
So roughly 20%.
Alright, and then there's, let's see. There's the Cthulhu.
Cthulhu, the Dreaming. Nightmares. Losing reason raises doom.
Yeah, so
That one's real brutal.
that one's pretty nasty. And then there's, Jektas, the Horror from the Stars. Every 21% of Doom, characters receive -1 to all stats. There actually is a character in the roster that hard counters this, if you know what you're doing. Alright.
And the last one, which I find to be probably the most horrifying. Zhao, Inconceivable Sadness.
Each mystery, a new status will start to weigh you down. Basically, it will start giving you a doom penalty for certain things, like, at the end of a mystery, it adds this much doom for every $1 in your funds, or if you have an item on hand, things like that.
This one, the game over screen for this is so brutal.
Yep.
Effectively, the world ends because everyone takes their own lives due to the insurmountable depression that Zhao gives them.
Yep. Let's start with the spider god.
And no, it's not because you suffer from arachnophobia.
Well, ah. Minefield theory. You get the worst of it out of the way first.
So basically, it's like Black Friday. They're just making people think they're saving.
Kitakatalas is once again awakened from its slumber, blinded by its impossible to satisfy hunger. It started 10 on the walls of its cocoon prison. Stop it before it devours us all.
Yeah.
The old gods rule. You can't escape from combat encounters. And the current backstory equipped is the 7th curse, which means I start with extra money, but throughout the whole run, I am not allowed to have human allies. If I do get any human allies, they get killed off immediately. With the exception of, particular story-relevant ones.
This one, like, the game over screen is also pretty brutal. Everyone in the world is trapped in Kitakalasu's web, and he's just going around slowly, eating everyone.
Alright,
The cause of death listed in the game over screen is melted by spider venom.
yeah, you get, your organs melted or something. Alright, let's head home. Let's
Organs
see.
melted while you wait, and you're still alive for the months, if not years, it takes a Kitakatalas to come and finally eat you.
Let's see. I don't think I need the library. The school nurse would be a good help.
Honestly, I think the least brutal ending is fish bitches. Fish bitches, Shattered Corp.
Yeah. Alright.
Because, I mean, it
Continue.
says that you're taken by the Shattered Court, but that could very well mean that you were just invited to join them. You get to be a zombie forever. It's not too bad.
Alright,
You get to be a party zombie.
library notes. If I use it, I lose 1 or 2 reason, but I gain a random spell. You know what? Might as well.
Is it worth it? I don't know. Is it worth it?
Well, it's a...
Ew, no! Oh, gross! No!
Adds a new combat action, Bite, until the end of this mystery, at the cost of 2 stamina.
I hate this. I hate that spell. It's so gross. You ever what it's like being a shark and having 3 rows of teeth?
Yeah.
Imagine that.
You are a human shark. You have 3 rows of fucking teeth.
Alright, ooh, actually, nope. I didn't want to do that yet. Usually the prep I do is I go to change clothes. Hey, Zanar! Vanity...
It's an art.
Vanity jacket's cute.
Yeah, I like... There's certain outfits for each character that I like.
Yeah.
I forget which one is for this character.
Let's see, there's the swim team captain, there's the gym clothes, Sakalin. Teacher's pet is cute.
Okay, it is the varsity jacket.
Yeah, I like the vanity jacket. Alright, let's see. You know what?
Do you have the water bottle?
No, that, I checked the cabinet, that's where I got the library, notes. So I guess...
It's a shame. Starting with the water bottle is such a boon.
It really is. Alright, you know what?
I can see what you were thinking. Cast grow teeth, then take a bath to get the stamina back.
Yep. So,
It's
let's...
actually not a bad idea because you won't waste time on the bath.
Alright, and,
Hot water?
actually... No, yeah, hot water. You could do hot water to regain stamina, you could do cold water to regain reason, or you could do warm water to gain a little experience. Alright.
And if you have the water bottle, you can also fill it up in the bathtub. Get a free, was it 1 stamina?
I think it was 1 stamina, yeah.
Item.
Alright. Inexplicable and morbid events have been plaguing your town for some time now. You've marked down 5 of them, hoping that there is something connecting them. You can tackle these 5 mysteries in any order you want. Beware, your decisions will haunt you and influence yet unsolved mysteries. Plays Mega Man stage select music. Alright, what do we got?
Alright, let's see what our options. Let's see what the ones we have are.
Horrible history of a household hell. Roaring write-up of a wordless ward. That one doesn't cost too much doom, but yeah.
Household hell is really hard to do without a follower, though.
Yeah. Bloody brief of a beckoning bulletin. You done forgot the second announcement? God damn it!
Oh God!
I did.
What?
I forgot. I forgot the announcement to say I was live.
Also, this is a mixed bag list of mysteries. Thaumaturgy Teacher and Household Hell are some of my least favorites.
Blood-curdling botanist.
Yeah, no, reroll. Oh my god, there's 3 bad mysteries in that.
Alright, Nightmare News of the
Apparently
Noisy...
our spider god friend and wants to make Drake squirm.
Nightmare News of the Noisy Nails.
Oh no.
Blood-curdling botanist again. Curious case of a contagious coma.
Not terrible.
Thaumaturgy Teacher.
Thaumaturgy Teacher?
And
Really?
Beckoning Bulletin. Reroll again.
Really? Yeah.
Noisy Nails.
Still Noisy Nails. Abnormal Arms. Oh, that one's fun.
Rancid Ramen.
Rancid Ramen. So far, so good.
Crimson Cape. That is a nasty
That's
one.
It's also, but it's also a very basic one.
It is, but it can be nasty at the end.
Peculiar Painting. Alright, these are all relatively easy ones. We can do this.
Peculiar Painting and Crimson Cape I'm a little on, but I think this is as good as we can get it.
Yeah, Rancid Ramen, you straight up never have to fight anything.
Yeah, let's start with that. Alright. Out of thin air, a brand new ramen restaurant opens in town. It's adored by everyone. Once people take a bite, they can't stop. Day and night, the queues stretch out the door. The shambling customers stuff themselves with dish after dish, while the blind owner sits silently behind the counter, grinning and polishing his gleaming knives. You're determined to discover what makes this ramen so enticing. What is its true power? Dog meat? Human meat? The flesh of the gods themselves?
I love this mystery.
Yeah. I think a while back when I used to play this a lot, MSO was the one that brought up this was based on an actual story that happened in a restaurant in China, was it?
Richard.
So, something about them, like, lacing the ramen with, like, opioids that got everybody addicted.
I don't know. Episode's not really talking right now. I think he's busy yet.
Yeah, I might be preoccupied. Alright,
Yep. Right, so...
watching the local news, you spot a familiar street. It's a feature about the newest ramen shop. The food critic has a manic look as he describes the ramen. His description makes your stomach churn. Actually, before we proceed, the first thing I want to do is shop for items.
Yeah,
Doggo!
we need... Dog! We got the dog store! Yes! And the
Yeah.
steak knife is there!
Right there, first... yeah, no, that's a good start.
Oh, beautiful!
So whenever I play as the swim team captain, the first thing I want to do is equip the steak knife, because her strongest stat is dexterity, and guess which stat the steak knife uses?
Dexterity.
Thank you, Achiko-san!
I booped snoot. Actually, before we go any further, there is one more item I want to get. If I'm lucky, it'll show up again. Not the one I had in mind, but this one's good too. Let's get the compass.
We're pretty much out of funds.
Oh no, we've still got 5 funds.
Oh no, we got 5. Right.
7th curse.
I keep forgetting.
Alright.
Alright, we need to just go 2 item towards to complete this quest.
Yeah, that's if we want to get, like, the full 100% ending, so to speak, so... we'll see where it takes us. Let's investigate the apartments. Bitten. Putting your hand in that hole was a bad idea. Seeing the big spider escape, you hope it wasn't poisonous, plus injury. We get a spider bite. Hopefully it'll go away on its own. It's a minor injury. I think we can go to the school and get the school nurse to heal it up.
Yup, we want to get it healed, actually, because it will become a major injury if we leave it alone.
Sorry, dear. The patient is here. Oh, you want to do this?
Yeah, give me a sec. Give me a sec, I need to get it, like, fully expanded again. Sorry, dear. Patient is here. I'll call you back.
Says the nurse as she's eyeing you up.
How can I help you today?
All your minor injuries are treated, so we no longer have that bite status.
I love that description right there. Younger students are afraid of her. Why? Well, G looks at face. I fucking wonder.
What are you talking about? She looks like $1 million. Alright.
Spider God watches you or stream and rolls its many eyes.
You can see the restaurant through the staircase's window. You watch the door for hours, but never see any of the cooks enter nor leave. Struggling artist, which I believe was meant to reference Junji Ito himself.
Yup. Mr. Ooh, your neighbor is a horror manga artist. He's struggling to come up with a satisfying ending for his latest story. No!
So,
No! Not the what's that picture! No!
yeah, no, I am not going for that. If you would click the what's that picture, basically that triggers a little system where you could potentially encounter an unkillable boss.
That the her I mentioned earlier. Something truly evil.
Now, if I were to share my experience, I would give up some of my experience points, but I believe I also get some funds in return for it, if I remember right.
Yep.
Yeah, this.
Let's
Let him come up with his own stuff.
Let's not piss off something truly evil. I don't feel like gambling with our lives.
Yeah,
this
no.
run.
Let him come up with his own stuff.
Dude, keep your fucking psycho alien god bitch away from us.
It was all a dream? You're a genius, he shouts, grabbing a pencil. Excuse me now, I've got a bestseller to write. You roll your eyes and prepare to leave. Let's see. The only true way
When it
to...
comes to that, something that's evil, wood.
Wait, you...
Something truly. I'll try something truly evil.
Alright.
Something truly evil is one of 3 unkillable bosses in the game. Except, something truly evil is unkillable in quotation marks. You can beat her in a fight, but she'll just come back the next encounter. The way to actually beat her is to just let her beat the shit out of you and hope to God she gets bored before you die.
Alright, let's see. The only true way to investigate it is to get into the restaurant yourself, so we investigate the apartments again. You hear rustling on the other side of your apartment door. Someone is trying to get in. This is why I equipped the steak knife, because there is combat.
Hey! What a lovely smile.
So, the way this works,
The apartment stalker.
I have a time meter with 200 on it. I have certain actions that take up a certain amount of the timer. In this case, regular attack with a steak knife that takes 40 out of the timer. Let's see. It will do 3 damage. He will do 2 damage of stamina to me each turn. So my reason is fine, but I gotta watch my stamina this fight. So...
One of the stats, or they can target all. When you're fighting an enemy that targets all, you are so boned.
Yep.
Because they will They will damage your stamina, damage your reasoning, and increase the doom meter.
Now, I have two options here. Well, more, but two basic options. Because I applied the Grow Teeth spell, I have a bite action. Let's see. I can kick without using a weapon, which has a higher chance to hit, but does less damage. I can attack with a weapon, which is kind of reversed. It does a little more damage, but also it's less likely to hit. Or in this case, I could use the bite to do a bit of both. It does more damage and it more reliably hits.
Stabby, 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 stab.
Also, Drake, do I need to remind you of my preference in women?
You've mentioned it a lot, John. Alright.
John, I don't think any of us will ever forget for as long as we live, because you don't shut up about it.
Alright. So I've got 5 knife attacks.
Stab, 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 stab.
I got a concussion. -1 to knowledge until the end of the current mystery.
Well, thankfully we don't need knowledge, and we're about to fix the mystery anyways.
It usually takes a couple of turns. Got the baseball bat.
Which we're not going to be using, because we have the steak knife.
So we might as well discard it. Alright.
That's one card. We just need a second item card to dump.
It seems that you were not the only one wanting to try it for yourself. You stand in line for hours, your questions fall on deaf ears, and you're shunned. Investigate downtown. Lovesick Corner. They say a ghost of a heartbroken boy appears on the street at night. Is it just an urban legend, or is there some truth to this tale? Spend the night here, which, if I remember right, is a strength stat check. There are some events like this where an other option requires a specific item. So, let's see.
Item or perk, or requires you to just be a different character.
Spend the night here. Strength check failure. You plan to wait the entire night, observing the spot where the supposed ghost would appear, but you fall asleep. You wake up on the cold bench, your entire body aching badly, -1 stamina. Alright. The smell around the restaurant is overpowering. Grease, rot, and... is that blood you can smell? It is, and you can. Sorry, I guess that one stinks.
Ouch.
Not your call.
Alright, abandoned wallet. While taking a stroll through down. Yeah, there are a couple of typos here. While taking a stroll through downtown during your investigations, you find an abandoned wallet laying on the bench. You see no one else is around. I would be the good Samaritan and try to return it. Perception check success. You were able to successfully find and return the wallet to its owner. The person you return it is surprisingly helpful to your investigation. +10 experience. It's finally your turn to order. 1 ramen, please. The owner's grin widens. A labyrinth. I've got a compass, but I don't have a map. The roads seem to twist and turn when you're not looking, trapping you in this neighborhood. You get lost. You spend hours trying to find a way out. Finally completely exhausted, you end up on the main street as the passage to the blighted neighborhood slowly closes behind you. I knew I should have taken a left at that post box.
Thank you, Bugs Bunny.
No. I was going for JoJo reference.
I know.
Alright, so that added 2 Doom on the meter, so let's see.
Already a fifth of the way there.
The Red Bull is pushed in your face. It's so crowded that you're forced to sit on the floor. Ooh, workout routine. Takahashi! You hear a chipper voice shout out during a jog around the area. You turn your head to see another one of your teammates in casual clothes smiling, blissfully unaware of everything going on. What's up, Captain? If I remember right, this one's a charisma check. Notice anything weird recently? Charisma check success. She tilts her head and presses her finger to her chin, thinking hard, then with a tiny, "Oh!" She begins telling you a strange story from the other day, plus 10 experience. With a slick hand, you fill a vial with the soup and walk out, all without tasting the weird dish. We didn't get the dumpster dive thing finished, so we couldn't get the full ending. With the pulling of some delicate strings, you get the ramen into a lab. While handing over the gathered material, you hesitate. What should you send to the laboratory? Just the vial of ramen soup. A mere day later, your friend rings your door. His face is pale, and in a shaky hand he holds an analysis sheet. You usher her in and bolt the door. You feel ill looking at the charts. While they couldn't identify some of the particles, they did discover a highly addictive drug in the broth. The ramen restaurant must be closed immediately. A week later, police and government officials are looking over where the ramen restaurant used to be. Nothing remains but a gap in the street and aimless, confused customers. You'd like to believe that was the end of it, but snippets in newspapers from other cities unsettle you. Brief articles about an exciting new ramen restaurant opening and its mysterious owner keep showing up. You can no longer eat noodles without feeling ill. So plus 30 experience for solving the mystery. If we got the 100% ending, we would have gotten like an extra 15%, I believe it is. There's still hope, minus 3 doom, so we took off a bit of the doom meter for completing this mystery.
Yippee.
Tireless, that's because I went through the mystery without having to rest at home to recover health. And time passes one day. I'm not sure specifically what that's for. Alright, here we go. First, Old God effect. School curfew. With more and more students going missing, police have restricted access to the school's building. Okay, that's not so bad. That was a big reason why I took the library off the list, so that practically does nothing for against us. We're good. Head home. Take a key.
I love the true ending of that mystery. By the way, there's still you still don't know what exactly was in that, other than the fact it was demonic.
Yep. All right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and excuse me, recover a little health in the bath. Let's use hot water to regain some stamina. Alright, next one on the list. Let's see. So we've got abnormal arms, noisy nails, crimson cape, or peculiar painting. I think I'll do crimson cape just because minefield theory. It's a pretty nasty one if you're not careful.
It's also a quick one.
A new game is spreading among your friends. A dare to stay in the unused school restroom after classes. A dare to meet Akamanto. What was originally harmless fun has turned deadly. The body of a boy was found last week. The school principal has banned the game, but that's only made it more popular. Akamanto must be stopped before another child is killed. Alright. One of your friends says he doesn't believe in curses, and he intends to complete the dangerous dare. The first thing we gotta do is gather gossip about the current mystery, which would get us the true ending to it. So let's go to the schoolyard. I keep hearing a wailing sound coming from the third stall in the girls' bathroom. Did you hear? There was a cliff nearby with strangely shaped holes.
Oh, that's cool.
That hole was made for me. Recently, that one, my entire neighborhood started tasting weird, almost like.
Okay, so these three don't have anything useful, so we'll have to wait a bit, which adds a little doom.
Buddy.
This is the guy. When Akamanto asks which paper you want, you must refuse everything. Let's see. He hasn't been the same since he came back.
It's been so hard to get any sleep lately. Mood.
Alright, you've heard some versions of the legend. Everyone agrees you can't take anything the man offers you, though. Alright. Let's go ahead and investigate the school. Art class. You catch a glimpse of an art class. One disturbing painting draws your attention. Take a peek, horrified. You gasp in pure horror. The twisted faces, impossible angles, and enormous monoliths make you sick. -2 stamina. You've reported it to your
I thought that was a fucking evil.
Oh, no.
I thought it was a summon to evil prompt. I'm like, no.
Let's see.
No.
You've reported it to your principal, who promises he will take care of it. With your friend safe for now, you should look into the legend. Maybe records in the city's library make mention of Akamanto. A missing girl. Walking through the park, you find a little girl crying alone in the playground. When you ask what's wrong, she says that she can't find her mommy. Luckily, you spot the girl's address on a backpack lying nearby. Take her home? You offer to take her home. When you get there, the horrified mother slams the door in your face. From behind the door, she starts screaming to get the girl away. The little girl calmly tells you that she could take it from here. +10 experience, but -2 stamina. And we have enough experience for a level up, so let's resolve that event.
We're gonna need that stamina back. Thank you very much.
Fast swimmer!
Alright, let's take that swim. Let's get back our stamina.
Yep. So, whenever a level up happens, you can take one perk and one stat increase, or instead of a stat increase, you can recover some health or from either stamina or reason. I'm already maxed out at reason, so I'm taking stamina. Alright.
Akamanto about to catch these 10 hands.
You read a story about a vengeful samurai known for wearing a crimson red cape. It's an interesting find for sure, but you need to find more information. This is actually a real Japanese ghost story. Let's see. Let's go to the school. Anatomy class. You hear a faint sound while walking outside the biology classroom. Inside is an old anatomy model, its heart beating. The sight almost makes you sick. -1 stamina.
Game, why do you keep attacking our stamina?
One of the articles mentions a young doctor who performed life-saving surgery on a victim of a brutal assault. The assault happened in a toilet stall. Maybe he still works at the hospital and can share some information? Actually, give me a second, I'll be right back.
Okay. Highlands. What you staring at, Baba? You go, Kibby. You're laying down.
Alright, back. Alright. Let's go ahead and investigate the hospital. You find yourself in an old, unused part of the hospital. You take a deep breath. The disgusting smell of thawed remains still lingers in the room. It used to be the hospital's mortuary, where doctors determined the causes of death. I think the best thing I can do is search the cabinet. Perception check failure. Something flashes in the corner of a dusty drawer. Too late, you realize it's a rusty scalpel blade, and you cut yourself badly. -2 stamina.
Why do we keep losing stamina?
I think to play safe, I'm gonna actually, like, rest at home. Let's see. You learn that the doctor suddenly left the hospital after the latest murder, taking all the records with him. Why would he do that? That's not the only bad news. Your friend didn't come to school today, and another body has supposedly been found. Let's go ahead and rest at home. You take a short nap on your bed, you sit on the couch and read your favorite book, +2 stamina and reason. Time flies by so fast, you prepare yourself to leave and continue your long investigation, +3 doom. Alright. Let's investigate the school. Suddenly, everything slows to a crawl. The Time Warper. Oh, shoot. I just realized. This is the second enemy we've encountered this run, right?
Yes,
Okay, good.
I believe so.
Okay. I gotta remember that for the lighthouse later. Alright, almost got him. Alright. The principal has ordered the school to be closed down for the investigation. Investigate downtown. Hearing footsteps, you turn around. Behind you stands a pretty woman in a sweater. Natural beauty. Yes, this is exactly what I need. You shudder seeing the weird woman reaching into her pocket and producing a nasty-looking knife. Pretty face. Mind if I borrow it? The aspiring model. Yep. And I gotta finish her off now because her damage stat has doubled. Okay, lucky earrings. It's a trinket for slot C. You break the window and get inside the school unnoticed. The cursed toilet is located on the 3rd floor. Get over there. I think I'll go home and recover a little more. There we go. That ought to do it. I had to build up the doom meter a bit, but... Alright, smog. Wait, why is it suddenly so dark outside? You stand by the window to take a look. Black smog emerges from the courtyard, coating everything in an oily vapor. Observe the smog or run from the window. I think run from the window? That's a dexterity bonus? Yep. Or a dexterity check, I meant. You run from the window before anything happens. Here we go. There is no turning back now. You step into the last stall and close the door behind you. Investigate the cursed toilet. You wait in the stall, trying to be as quiet as possible. Suddenly, squish, squeak. You hear the sound of rubber boots as an unknown liquid drips on the tiles. Squish, squeak.
I need to check something. Did I?
You can see the top of his head. He's taller than any man you've ever seen. Squish, squeak. The door slowly opens. A masked man dressed in a red coat, clearly too tall for the ceiling, emerges from outside. Tell me. His voice sounds like a faulty radio. Would you like red paper or blue paper? I believe red paper attacks your stamina stat, blue paper attacks your reason stat, or something like that. I don't want anything from you. It's getting darker. The tall man in the red coat slowly takes their mask off as stall walls wither and rot, and reality starts to crumble. Alright. 33 HP. His attacks do 2 damage to all, so both stamina and reason. So I gotta take him out quick. Alright. Red paper, blue paper, I'll take the white paper. I'll take the American paper.
Nakamoto was like, what?
Oh,
I don't have white paper.
MSO was making a missed reference. God, I need to stream that game sometime. Oh. There we go. He's done. When you wake up, you find yourself back in the toilet stall, thinking it was all a dream. You stand up, only to hear a crack from under your shoe. There lies a broken crimson mask. Akamanto might return one day, but now you know that ancient horrors can be defeated. Ending A. Knowledge is key, thorough investigation. There's still hope. Alright. Old God stirs. Arcane storm. Local scientists are baffled. An unprecedented aurora-like event has bathed the entire town in an unnatural green glow. Reason cost of all spells is increased by 1. I don't have any... Oh, wait, I do have a spell on me. I have my knife, though, so I can just go ahead and forget this spell. Alright, hot bath would be good to have. Running shoes is useless because I'm dealing with the spider god. Let's get hot bath and let's increase stamina. You're home. Okay, bath. Let's regain some reason. Alrighty. So I've got to remember it was Crimson Cape and we fought a Time Warper. Let's do an alarming account of abnormal arms. I remember what...
It's the perverted centipede!
I remember when it started. The woman next door was strangled to death in her bed, with no sign of forced entry. The killer was never found, and the apartment remained vacant. The door to her apartment was closed, and she lived alone. What other ways in are there? Maybe you can get the apartment plans to compare with other flats? So it's a closed room murder.
It's the perverted centipede!
Alright, investigate the hospital location twice to complete this quest. Let's do that right off the bat. We'll build up the Doom meter a bit, but... paranoid patient. When the patient came home one morning covered in scars and babbling about aliens, the police had them committed. They're mumbling something quietly as you pass by. This is a chance to get a new ally, but since I have 7th Curse, it's probably not going to matter. Charisma check success. You immediately understand that the only difference between you and the crazy person is that you haven't been caught yet. You convince them to sneak out and join you in your quest. The Hermit. If I let him go, -5 reason, but -10 doom.
It's worth it,
You think so?
especially with that 7th curse you mentioned.
Yeah, you're probably right. Let go. Alright. I lost a good bit of reason, but yeah, that took down the bit. Alright, resolve this event. And let's investigate the hospital again. Solitary confinement. Walking through the unused hospital floor, you discover something alarming. The door to a small, empty room looks like it was forced open. The lock is completely broken. You look around before taking a closer look. What happened here? Knowledge check failure. Weird marks around the lock and the walls. Were they caused by large claws? What did the hospital staff keep in this room? -1 reason. The Anatomical Museum Archive displays a specimen with elongated arms and jellified bones. -1 reason. So now it's a reason that's under attack. Alright, Intersection interview. Hello, this is Hanai Kitamura of Edo TV. You jump a little when the young reporter girl suddenly appears at your side along with a cameraman. We're doing a report on strange things occurring in Shiokawa in the recent days. Do you know anything about that? If I click you bet I do, I believe this is a charisma check. You try to sound as convincing as possible, but after a moment, Hanai cuts the interview short. Man, this is such crap. You think people would actually believe this? Hanai and her coworker leave you at the intersection, unsure of what to think. -1 reason. The apartment is on the 3rd floor. There's no way somebody used the window to escape the murder scene. Let's take the opportunity to heal. There we go. I'm good on stamina. I'm decent on reason. Alright. And investigate the apartments. Kind donation. You find the envelope lying on a pillow in your bedroom. Inside is cash and a note from someone who has been watching you. They wish you luck in your task and promise to meet you soon. Just how did this envelope end up in your bedroom? +2 funds, but -1 reason. You notice the odd placement of ventilation shafts. They seem too small for anyone to crawl through, though. Ooh, Wired Preacher. Excuse me, do you have a moment to talk about our real Lord and Savior? The day of reckoning is coming, says a voice on the other side of the line. You definitely don't like the way man on the other side of the line puts an accent on real. Hello? Are you still there? So I can listen to the man or I can hang up immediately. I recommend listening to the man. You'll lose a little reason, but you'll also trim down the doom meter a little. You learn some useful bits of information about your nemesis, however. If everything the man said was the truth, humanity is doomed. You should interview the neighbors. Maybe you'll discover something the police missed. A weird bathtub. You return home to freshen up. When you enter the bathroom, however, you discover that your shower is missing. In its place, there's an old clawfoot bathtub. The whole thing feels surreal, but you take a step towards it, wondering how this is possible. I forget what check it is if you do take the bath.
I think it's...
Luck. Luck check success. The bathtub sure is weird, but you feel extra refreshed. +1 stamina. One neighbor is complaining about her missing underwear.
And this is why I call it the perverted centipede.
Vending machine. Wandering through the empty corridor, you find an old vending machine. You don't recognize the brands of sodas inside, but you could really use a drink. If you get the cheapest one, there is a chance that you injure yourself. Just get the most expensive one, use a fund. The taste seems a little odd, but you enjoy the drink anyway. Another neighbor is complaining about weird noises coming from the vents when she's at home. Suddenly it got really cold in the corridor. As you turn to leave, you're stopped by a man with unnaturally pale skin and giant lips. He kisses the air and takes a step closer.
Oh god, it's the Juggalo.
You get the fuck away from me. Oh, and he attacks Reason. Oh, I am not looking too good. I'm gonna have to focus on recovering Reason before I do the peculiar painting one.
Yeah, peculiar painting is big reason drain.
Let's check the building plan to find out if there's a place where all the vents connect. Pareidolia. The events you've witnessed lately have you tossing and turning, unable to sleep. You feel restless. Try lying on your back? Perception check success. Oh, this is one of those. As you stare ahead, your mind starts to fill the gaps created by the ceiling patterns with shapes of otherworldly entities. Wait, is that? Could it be? All the Juggalo wanted was to ask you how magnets worked. God damn it, MSO.
Fucking magnets! How do they work?
And I don't want to talk to no scientists. Y'all motherfuckers lying and getting me pissed. Alright, so this is one of those rare events where if you pass a check, you actually get penalized for it.
Yep, this is a dirty fucking one.
Every room is connected by vents coming from the unused boiler room. Could it be? Investigate the boiler room. You enter the dark boiler room and trip over the pipe. Cursing, you find a light switch and gasp in horror. It's not a pipe at all. It's a long, rubbery arm, coiling around the room and ending in the ventilation shaft. Coming closer, you can smell something vile and rotten. Check the vent. You almost fall to the ground when you see the wide-open stare of the dead pervert, his elongated limbs stretching and disappearing into the vent's darkness. Inside his mouth, you find a tiny key. We get the tiny key because we fulfilled that objective where we visited the hospital twice.
Fuck! It's the fucking perverted centipede!
After the police arrive, the whole building gets searched. Following the arms, the detectives find the body of the man stuck in a ventilation shaft. Later, he is identified as the building caretaker. In his closet, police find pieces of underwear and voyeuristic photos of the tenants. You're questioned thoroughly and eventually released as the murder case is being covered up as a case of an unfortunate gas leak.
Yes, gas leaks. Stretching a man's limbs to, like, be 50 feet long.
They had to check the vents. Alright, old god effect. Heart of Darkness. The imposing shadow cast by the old lighthouse is getting longer each day. So, normally at the lighthouse there are like 5 challenges you'd have to deal with before reaching the end. This one adds a 6th. Ah, man. Do they even have enough challenges at the lighthouse to make an old god where it's kind of like the Shattered Court, but instead of adding an old god effect, it just adds a floor to the lighthouse?
God! Why would you want that in the first place?
I don't think they even have enough challenges to do that, is the thing. Alright,
Yeah, they don't. But my question is, why the fuck you would want that in the first goddamn place, babe?
well, I mean, it would make sense if they have the Herald of the Shattered Court make you take on, like, freaking 10 old god effects.
trying to make sure my sweater wasn't inside out. It is not.
Alright, definitely gonna have to recover some reason.
My back. My back.
Alright, I think I'll... Why would you want that? Extra challenge? Fun, perhaps? Yeah, I mean, curiosity and all that.
Yeah, fun. Buddy, I don't think I would call the lighthouse fun.
Let's see. I'll add 1 knowledge and I'll regain some reason. How about that? Okay. So the remaining 2 are noisy nails and peculiar painting.
Nails or painting?
Some people would find it fun. We call those people real gamers. Says MSO. Alright. The
I
morbid...
call them psychopaths.
I mean, there's a Venn diagram. There's some overlap there. The morbid
I
killing...
would know.
Hmm?
And I would know.
Alright.
Or would you?
Anyway, the morbid killing spree continues as another body is found in the city's river. Every victim shares one common trait. Their finger and toenails are missing. They've been pried off. Why nails? Could the killer have a hidden motive? Are they sending a message? You must hurry up before they claimed another victim. With no leads, a trip to the police station could be useful. Your friend's cousin works there, and she could help you. Time is of the essence, so you decide to take a shortcut through the abandoned building site. Before we do, let's take a couple of rest stops at home.
Oh, my finger is cracked.
Alright, investigate downtown. Gruesome altar. Seeing the 2 chopped off heads, you can't help but wonder who's been preparing your food for the past week. Research occult notes. Knowledge check success. The notes lying nearby tell of ancient civilizations and unspeakable horror. You've managed to learn an incantation, but the horrifying image will stay with you for a long time. Plus spell, but minus 1 reason. Memory extract. Regain some reason, but at the cost of 10 experience. I am holding on to that, actually. Alright. That is probably going to be insanely helpful in the peculiar painting one. Gather gossip about the current mystery. Oh, right. Reluctantly, your friend's cousin gives you a photocopied file. You thank her and leave quickly. The school building seems like a safe place to study the file. Let's check the schoolyard. Hello, there's a person up there. I've overheard my parents talking about a horrible accident. They said that the girl's father went mad from grief. How'd you do on your English exam? Have you heard about the computer program that blah blah blah? Could the killing have anything to do with the father who lost his daughter in an accident?
Gee, I wonder.
Alright, investigating the school.
Perhaps it does have to do with the father who went mad.
There was a hole here. Hearing an eerie sound coming from behind the door, you decide to check it out. At first glance, the abandoned classroom seems empty. Once your eyes get used to the darkness, you discover an unusual sigil drawn on the floor. Judging by the smoke, someone put out the candles the moment you entered. Pick up the book. You recognize the sticker on the book. It came from the local library. Cult diary. If I use it, I get -3 doom. That's good. I'm taking that. Okay. The victims of the serial killer seem to be chosen randomly. There's no obvious pattern in regard to age, sex, and education. You should continue your search in the hospital where the victims are. Investigate the killer encounter. You are stopped by a tall man wearing a dirty kabuki mask. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. Give me your fingers. You hesitate, seeing something metallic in the man's hand. Try to run. Dexterity check. Success. You've managed to run from the masked man. I'm not gonna lie, for a split second, I was thinking of that Doge meme where he's just licking his chops and he's just got those super realistic hands reaching for you. Your toes. Hand them over. You try to sneak into the mortuary, but the hospital staff is on high alert. You decide to wait here a bit. Maybe you'll manage to find a way in. Yeah.
Don't make this harder than it has to be. Your toes. Hand them over.
Venetian Society. That pair has been following you since morning. You finally managed to lose them, but you can't shake the feeling that it will only get worse. -2 stamina.
Wait.
Alright. Another killer encounter. One of the mortuary technicians acts strangely. He has left the building and returned twice already. Each time he comes back, an ambulance with a new victim arrives. Always watching.
Always watching, Wazowski.
Rob. You can't shake off the feeling that you're being watched. -2 reason. You notice that the man keeps his hospital key in a back pocket. If you could steal it, entering the hospital would be much easier.
I'm always watching you, Wazowski.
No!
Oh wait, no. Stone statues. Stone statues are good. Experts are baffled by the sudden appearance of 20 stone statues lined up in a row in the middle of the park. You can cast one spell without paying anything.
We could cast Memory Extract to get our reason back.
Exactly. Aura, free cast. And let's go ahead and cast. And that's done.
Well, you try to take our reason from us, game. We say fuck you.
I say there's no reason behind that.
Remy.
I had to. Oh, so I just found out something. Something very interesting. This year, the Pokemon Company is declaring 2025 the year of Eevee.
Are we getting a new evolution in Legends ZA?
Yeah, apparently MSOs come to the same conclusion.
That's gonna be so fun!
Alright. Oh, I'm sorry. You excuse yourself after bumping into the man. He frowns and hurries away, not noticing that you've managed to steal his hospital keys. You've got to pick a pocket or two.
Oh. My house. Where are my house? Where are my car keys? What? Where's my key lime pie?
God damn it. Where's my piano keys?
I love that fucking gag.
Where's my donkey? They performed countless dissections to find the answer. Instead, they found it. The anatomy horror. Now, this is a particular case where it's a ghost-type enemy. We can't do any physical damage to it whatsoever. The invisible web prevents you from running from this encounter. So the only thing we can really do is, I believe here, we can sever their ties to our world, which deals a certain amount of damage. I have some funds. Burn a material offering in an attempt to appease the ghost, dealing 7 damage. Let's see. Let's see. That'll have to do. Alright. It's getting dark and the suspicious man has not returned yet. Now is your only chance to check out the mortuary and learn about the serial killer's victims. Using the hospital key, you've managed to enter the mortuary floor unnoticed. The hospital floor is eerily quiet. You prepare your weapon, wondering what's going to happen next. The whole room has a pungent, irritating smell you can barely stand. All the dissection tables are empty, and you're afraid to think where the bodies are now. You must hurry up before the suspected killer returns back. If I remember right, this determines what enemy you fight at the end of this mystery. And the second option is only accessible after you've gotten that gossip. Is that a human nail? The masked man jumps from behind the door and you barely dodge his blade. The kabuki killer takes a step back, revealing his gruesome artwork. An unfinished statue of a child made of human nails. Suddenly, the statue springs to life and bites the man's neck. The serial killer is visibly confused and tries to stop the bleeding as a geyser of blood paints the whole mortuary red. The being's face slowly turns towards you. Yep, this is fucked up. Alright, got a few good hits on it. There we go! The horrible nails beast finally stops moving. Knowing you won't be able to explain it to the police, you trigger the fire alarm and escape before anyone arrives. A father's grief led to the creation of this monster. Hopefully, they will be joined in death. Alright. Riots. Dangerous bands of rioters are gathering around the downtown area. The police are hopeless, which means you are more likely to encounter a rioter enemy in downtown. But that's not going to be a problem.
What though?
Because the next mystery is going to take us out of town where we don't have to worry about that. Let's see. I am going to want some art knowledge to increase perception, and let's go ahead and recover some stamina. Head home.
Sworn Captain's looking about as banged up and tired as I am.
Let's go ahead and recover a little more stamina. Alright. Last one. The Perilous Parable of the Peculiar Painting. A damp-looking letter is addressed to you. Arrived this morning. Mamiya Ichiro, a famous painter you were once a huge fan of, has replied to a message you sent him last summer. He thanked you for the letter and invited you to his mansion. You were going to witness the creation of his true masterpiece, he wrote. Just how could you decline? Alright. You finally arrived at the mansion's gate. You were afraid you will never be able to remove the lingering musty smell of wetlands from your clothes. Now, where is everyone? Okay, the aquarium. In one of the rooms, you discover a giant slime-coated aquarium. Its water is cloudy, but you can swear something is swimming in it. Take a closer look. Perception check failure. Something is wrong with this aquarium. The fish are deformed, some having 2 tails, extra fins, or human faces. And I highly doubt that one is voiced by Leonard Nimoy. You You continue your search. While walking through the empty mansion, you can hear something rustling in the bushes behind the building.
No, Emperor's beautiful. Emperor's beautiful.
Bloody sweater. Walking through the woods, you discover a sweater. It's torn apart and covered in blood, but where is the owner? If I remember right, this was a trigger condition for unlocking one of the other characters that you can play as, but you'd need to do something back at home between mysteries, which was, I believe, you had to check the TV and see a specific story pop up. Alright, assume the worst. A wild beast must have killed this poor person. You say a quick prayer before continuing. My reason stat is getting pretty low, so I'm gonna have to memory extract. Crouching next to a moss-covered stone is a woman. Hello? Are you here for Ichiro-san's showcase of the newest painting? Ah, where are my manners? My name is Amy, and I'm a curator working for the art gallery in Shiokawa. Amy smiles. Ichiro-san is somewhere in the mansion, I'm sure. I'd help you look for him, but I want to catalog these, she says, pointing at the rock. These ritualistic markings are unique to this region, so I've been told. Alright, let's stick around with Amy. The forest ritual. The suspicious group you've been following is gathered in a nearby forest. They're enacting some sort of ritual in a clearing up ahead. The only nearby vantage point is a large rock. Attempt to climb it. Strength check failure. You fall down and injure yourself. Luckily, you manage to limp away unnoticed, -2 stamina. You hear the sound of glass breaking somewhere in the mansion. Sticking with Amy. You enter a room full of wooden statues. You're amazed by how realistic some of them look. So realistic, in fact, you could have sworn one of them blinked. Pillar vampire. Wamu! And of course, this one attacks reason.
You and your obsession with JoJo.
JoJo is a good series.
I wouldn't know. You haven't shown it to me yet.
Let's see. There are countless paintings hung on the walls of this mansion. All of them show alien landscapes and weird humanoids dancing around in circles. You don't recognize any of them, but the technique used is unmistakable. Ichiro-san painted these. Sticking with Amy. You enter the art workshop. The room is cluttered with half-finished sculptures and bizarre masks hanging on the wall. One sculpture strikes you as eerily realistic. Check out the sculpture or check out the masks? Check out the sculpture, I believe, prompts battle, but if you check out the masks... One mask looks similar to the design you once saw in an occult book. You decide to take it with you. We got a kendo helmet. Small chance of ignoring stamina loss in combat. That would be a good one to have, actually.
Let's equip it.
I've got a steak knife, a kendo helmet, and a compass. Old God looks at me. What are you wearing? It's my ass-kicking outfit, bitch!
Old God looks at me as I'm playing MK1 on my PS5. Don't look at me. I'm not responsible for Silver's dumb fashion sense.
Dude, this game takes place in the 80s!
There are countless paintings hung on the walls of the mansion, yada yada. And Amy is now in here. There's a local legend about a heartbroken seamstress. One stormy night, she broke into a local inn and stitched the unsuspecting guests together, her final gruesome artwork. But that's just a legend, right?
I went through the cupboard to try to get the thingy.
Luck check success. Got the sewing kit.
Oh, and there was the fucking crazy ghost lady.
Yep. I.
Oh, we got
Let's see.
Sword Kid, which helps us restore stamina, but we're not gonna lose stamina as much.
All right. Finally, you find a key in one of the desk drawers. You head towards the private rooms, hoping to find the painter himself. Before we do, I do have that memory extract. Might as well take advantage of it.
We're level 5. We don't need much more EXP.
The tower window. Ooh. The round window of the Crooked Manor Tower is calling you. You feel your strength drain away as you stare at the bright light. We don't have the quick thinking perk, which would have increased our dexterity. Get lost in the light. The blinding light is growing larger and larger. To your shock, you can't feel the ground under your feet. You prepare yourself for whatever is coming. +1 reason.
That's pretty good.
Lost in time and space, you drift in... Oh, yeah. Lost in time and space, you drift in nothingness until something pulls you towards the light. Okay, good. It's not the Boreal Expanse. I somehow always get that one.
The Boreal Expanse sucks, too.
Because it's like, no matter what you do, you get frostbite.
Yeah. And the Village Spring does it, you know. It's alright.
Like,
Mystic stars looming over the dying civilization. Is this the fate of our planet as well?
I believe if I enter the destroyed temple, I could get something. Perception check failure. Inside a decaying nave, you find a keepsake from the ancient world. Countless skeletons and corpses have shriveled in the arid air. -3 stamina. Ouch.
there we go.
Now we should probably use that, sewing kit.
Yeah. You instinctively grab Amy, who almost faints at the sight of the room you both enter. Every visible surface is covered in obscene paintings and grotesque monster faces. Yeah, let's use that sewing kit.
We'll get back that 3 stamina, but we'll lose a charisma.
Ichiro-san sits alone in front of an empty canvas. Ichiro-san smiles when he notices you two. Ah, my biggest fan and Miss Amy are both here. He stands up and comes closer, looking at you from behind his dark glasses. Would you please be kind and wait in the foyer? I need Miss Amy to help me with the latest painting. Amy looks at you, surprised, but doesn't say anything. Nope.
Oh no.
We're sticking with her. Hidden cults, dark forces scheme against you. You don't know who you could trust anymore. We get hit with a curse.
The Stalker Curse?
Human enemies get more powerful. The effect stacks.
And we're going to fight a human enemy!
Well, hold on.
In the goddamn thing!
Is this the one? No, you can't leave Amy with that creepy man, no matter how famous he is. You quickly go back to the room and gasp. Ichiro-san prepares to stab the unconscious Amy. Ichiro-san looks at you and smiles. You can't stop my work now. The painted monster reaches out from the canvas and grabs the surprised Ichiro-san by his neck. No, this is not what was supposed to happen. Pictomancy. Oh, right, this one is nasty, because every attack is for reason. Can we just throw it? We cannot, because it's an important item. Okay.
This is not supposed to happen. I was supposed to be immortalized.
Oh, you're now immortalized, buddy.
All right, here we
That's
go.
a job for your own art.
All right, let's see. Okay, that's not a bad first round.
This thing attacks 4 reason at a time. Oh.
Yeah, no, it's nasty. This one should finish it off, though. There we go.
I forgot how bad it is for a reason.
You've managed to finally defeat the horrible eldritch being and destroy the canvas it used as a portal. Suspecting the Eldritch Being will use the other canvases to return, you and Amy both take the time to burn every painting in the mansion. Hopefully, Ichiro-san's legacy will soon be forgotten.
Your work defeated. Alright, we need a fucking rest.
Roads closed. That just means...
Fine.
Yeah, that's just fine because going out to the village mansion in force costs one more doom, but that's okay because we're not worrying about that anymore.
We need to rest.
Yep.
I'm so glad that even though we had a near run-in with Southern True Evil at the beginning of the fucking run, that was so dirty. She never actually started pursuing us.
Well, no. It only happens after you pick the option of what's that picture.
No, because remember, there's multiple ways that she can start pursuing you.
Oh, yeah, but that's like one of the most likely ways.
I know, we didn't get any of the other ways. We're very lucky. The one that we could choose not to is the only one we saw.
Alright.
With how rough this run was on stamina and reason, I don't think we would have won if we had gone.
Alright. The ominous lighthouse has been closed down for longer than you remember. Alright. If I remember right, the sigils on here correspond to what kind of challenges await each floor of the lighthouse. I remember this one is Takashi-san. The VR one is the darkness, which unfortunately I do not have a flashlight.
Sounds gonna be hard.
And I think the heart with the arrow on top of it is the delinquent girl who, well, we'll see. Let's see.
Yep. We've also got probably the usual test of like memory and then the stamina one.
Looks like.
We got stamina to spare, so we're good.
And we've also got plenty of doom meter, so we can take the time to rest up.
Yeah, let's rest. And we shouldn't rest too much because we do have to deal with Takashi-san.
There we
I say
go.
we're good.
And we're max health, so...
You were good a bit ago. Takashi-san... Remember, Takashi-san is stronger now.
Right. Let's start climbing.
We don't know how much doom he's gonna cost us.
Alright, garbled memories.
The second issue we solved, that was Crimson Cape.
Yep. Following the winding staircase, you were stopped. Wait a minute. Someone broke into your apartment, stole all the clues and newspaper clippings, and pinned them here. The more you study them, you discover you can't remember any of them except one. Crimson Cape. Correct answer. You rip the newspaper clipping of the case you seem to remember. Underneath it is a tiny button. You press it and, with a buzz, the gate opens. I believe if you get this wrong, instead of an experience boost, you get like 3 doom.
Yeah.
Veil of Darkness. Following the winding staircase, you were stopped by darkness. A thick black cloud is obscuring your vision, and you could swear something is waiting for you inside of it. I don't have a light source, so the only thing we can do is continue climbing. You decide to brave the veil. You finally emerge a while later, safe. You can't, however, explain the blasphemous whispers you heard. -3 reason. Trial of Blood. Knives. Following the winding staircase, you find a metal gate that blocks your way. It's locked, but you notice an electrical cable. It seems to connect the door to a hole inside the central pillar. If there's a switch inside, you'll have to risk getting cut by the numerous glass shards and knives. I believe this is a dexterity check, which, because I have 8 dexterity, I think 8 is the benchmark, I'm good. You've managed to locate the door switch while avoiding the knives and glass shards. With a buzz, the gate opens. Conspirant, delinquent girl. You are stopped by a girl wearing dirty black school uniform. I'm sorry, but I can't let you go any further, she says, reaching for her bag. It's too late anyway. You instinctively take a step back when you notice a knife in her hand. You have to think fast. Try to reason with her. Not enough charisma. You try to talk her into allowing you to pass, but suddenly she raises the knife and slices right across her own throat, nearly decapitating herself. You carefully step over her body. -2 reason. Climbing up the winding staircase, you are stopped by a masked man wearing an expensive suit. The rules have changed, kiddo, he says, taking the jacket and the mask off. Nothing personal, really. Takashi-san, the ultimate opportunist. He has 26 HP, and each turn he will apply 2 Doom. And there we go. Wall of photos, you. Someone has been taking photos focused on you. The photos include the enemies you fought with. Something is wrong, but you can't precisely say what. The second one was the Time Warper. You rip the photo, underneath it is a tiny button, you press it, and with a buzz, the gate opens. Discipline would have been good to have. Regain 1 stamina for all successful event skill checks. And we made it! Dark clouds swirl around the lighthouse. Did you arrive too late? As the unnatural fog slowly lifts, you are relieved and collapse on the floor. The next day, everything feels like a bad dream. You've managed to stop the ritual awakening the eldritch old god, but what's done is done. It will stir in its slumber again and again until the stars are right once more. Congratulations, you are safe. For now.
Well done, human.
But yeah, let's see. In this run, you have managed to solve 5 mysteries plaguing this town. You didn't see any new events because, I mean, I've already seen a bunch of them. You've encountered 10 new enemies, and you didn't unlock any new achievements. Let's see. There is actually an achievement that you can get for the first time you complete a run with 90% or more incoming Doom. Like you're skirting the line real close. But all right. And just to let's see, let's take a look at the extras. In the endings encyclopedia, you.
I completely forgot that I was still muted.
Let's see. In the endings
I literally said, well, we completed this 3 days early.
yeah. So in the endings encyclopedia, we can actually take a look at the different endings that you can get, both good and bad. I don't have them all unlocked.
That one is just that one is it's stamina loss. It's when you just get killed.
Oh, that's the other one. Let's see. Stamina loss, that's if you lose all your stamina. Reason loss is if you lose all your reason. Earth devoured by Othiolazith. Snatched by Goizo. Because friendly reminder, eyes are also reflective surfaces.
Yep.
I want to see it. Okay, you brought up my obsession with JoJo. Fine. I want to see a mod for this where instead of Goizo, it's the fucking Hanged Man.
You're not disproving my point. You're not.
I'm admitting it. Come on. All right. Perished in the
Hecatomb.
That's it.
That's
Itotu.
That's Itotu.
Which, if I remember my Lovecraft right, that's the one based off of Nyarlathotep.
I believe so.
This is the one that we would have gotten if we game overed.
Organs liquefied by Kataka Talas's venom. Oh, that's horrifying.
Yep. Mouth slit. That is
That's it. That's who get killed by
Scissor Woman.
Kuchisake. Yeah, this is one Kuchisake Onna.
Yep. That is one of the rare endings that you can get if you get a game over on a specific mystery.
Yeah, that's one of the few anime-specific game over screens.
Lost in the
Also,
Other World is another one.
I think that's for the Time Warper.
I think that's for the Akamanto.
Akamanto, yeah.
Survived Rioter. There is a Rioter character that we could recruit
Has
and
a unique survived screen where she's in a swimsuit.
yeah. Then there's the generic one. Lost in Igoteg's Gaze. That one's actually kind of creepy, yeah.
Yeah, everyone decides to go to Atlantis. Stabbed to death.
Right.
I believe this is the history classroom one.
Yes. So there were a couple of things. There were a couple of nodes that you can pick out if you pick the History Club node that you can go to in your runs, but you go there too often. The kids there, they take you as a sacrifice for their ritual.
And stabbed to death. Kidnapped by the court.
Yeah, that's if you get a game over against the Herald of the Shattered Court. Move to Kaibara. That's another mission specific ending.
That one's really fucked up. That is a birther one.
Yep. That's the Inconceivable Sadness.
Everyone just dies of depression.
And Swallowed by the Perfect Form. That's the Rejektast one.
Yep. But everyone just becomes whatever the perfect form.
And then Just a Dream, which is the Cthulhu one.
Yep.
So, John, what'd you think?
Impressive work.
Hehe. Alright. Let's see.
I've seen this stuff before, so
Oh, right.
I can't
And the
really
Cthulhu
meet it.
one's bad ending is just a dream because it's a reference to the belief that reality is just the dream of the mad god Cthulhu.
And if he wakes up, poof, it's all gone. It's basically the premise of Koholint Island from The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening.
Except a lot darker.
Except a lot darker. Let's see. Let's see. Purified 2 cursed places in a single playthrough. Oh, wait, what? Oh, right. Let's see. As Miku, take a hostage wearing the Tokyo outfit. I'm gonna have to, Maybe I should do some streams of this game and do, like, a little achievement hunting on this list.
Maybe.
Alright. Otherworldly Thirst. Drink the blood of a forgotten beast and survive. Ooh. I think I know the situation that comes from, but I'll have to... Yeah. Junior Librarian. Discard 3 books in 1 playthrough. Never-ending Summer. Change the date and stop the curse. Exorcism, exorcise a ghost. Paid in blood. Have your ally die during a combat encounter. Team kill. Backstab a follower.
Oh yeah, both of them pretty fucking easy to get in household hell.
Enter the overgrown factory wearing the ritual robe and the Karukosa mask. Oh right, this is for that that festival one.
Yep. Fear Festival.
Let's see. Steel box, break the blade. Can you trust them? Hire 2 allies in one playthrough and win. Let's see. Eldritch Backstory 6. Win a playthrough using Knight Errant Backstory. I don't remember that one. Reign of Spiders.
Reign of Spiders.
As Yashiro, complete a True Believer playthrough with Takatarasu as the Old God. Ooh.
I don't remember you doing that.
I don't think I've done it. Something Evil. Meet and defeat something evil. Unlocks Witness Curse.
Fuck that bitch.
I probably will.
John? No.
John, yes.
John! She's an eldritch being who thrives on the suffering, agony, and despair of humanity.
Get the spray bottle, but fill it with holy water.
With
Whoever
John
said
getting
that-
some stronger than holy water.
Whoever said that, you do not own an air fryer.
I don't. You're right.
Let's see. Equip Carpenter Hammer with both Expel Evil and Regeneration Learn. That is very specific.
Good old times.
Eldritch Backstory 8. Win a playthrough using the Curious Birthmark backstory. Oh god, if it's actually star-shaped.
Honey.
Eldritch Parasite backstory. Exquisite Taste backstory.
I think I need to put you on a JoJo cleanse.
Psh.
Wishful thinking, Drake.
Okay, fine. Plays Persona.
That. You. Ah.
You set yourself up for that one.
JoJo and Persona Purge. How about that, love?
Have Silver play Shin Megami Tensei.
No. Those are actual demons.
I will write that one off too, John. Don't make me.
Let's see. Oh, right. I forgot about that achievement. Unfortunate accident. Own both baseball bats. So, I think in the Scissor Woman one, you can get a dusty old bat. And then against the apartment stalker, you can get a regular baseball bat.
It's Yuriko's a character.
MSO says, JoJo and Persona Purge plays Final Fantasy VI.
I'll just add shit to the list.
You're gonna get sick of the list eventually.
I am not.
Let's see. When your 7th playthrough unlocks Jectast. Complete a playthrough with Yumiko. Let's see.
You and the enemy in one come around unlocks the blood frenzy status. That one is real easy to get if you do what we do.
Yeah, especially with the swimming team captain, yeah. And especially if you get the fast swimmer perk early on.
Yeah, I know, that's why I said do
Yeah.
what we do.
Yeah. Something I
Okay,
didn't...
what the hell is wrong with the thing? Oh, there we go.
There we go. Something I didn't get to show off that run. At a certain point, my dexterity was only like 8. I believe at 9, the attacks take even less time off the meter, so that means I would have been able to fit a full 8 knife attacks per turn. It just...
Slice!
Yep, no. It just shreds.
It's slice and dice from Final Fantasy.
Pretty much. Let's see. You know what? We've still got a bit of time. I think I'll go ahead and do a little bit of endless mode just to show that off. Med student. And you know what? I'm not expecting it to go that long. Let's go with ill-fated. All event skill checks automatically fail. Alright, let's check out endless mode.
Ye brave souls who are about to die, we salute you.
Let's
I'll
go.
be right back.
Let's go ahead and show off Jack Test. Every 21% of Doom characters receive -1 to all stats. Alright. Here we go. A big meteorite fell down on a field in a village near Shiokawa. A farmer who found it contacted researchers from Tokyo, but when they arrived, all they found was a wet puddle of pinkish goo. The old gods rule: every 25% doom lowers all your stats by 1. Ill-fated. Alright. Mimi's obsession, -20% max reason. So her max reason is only 13. Let's see. Confirm and continue. Aha! Let's see. Knowledge is her highest stat. Let's go ahead and increase some dexterity. Scalpel, sharp one-handed, knowledge stat. Let's go ahead and equip that. Library notes. Gain a random spell, but lose 1 or 2 reason. Kunpa ritual. When your allies die, a random stat gets raised by 1. This particular spell acts as a passive effect, and it is actually really good paired with the 7th curse. Let's go ahead and cast this spell preemptively, just in case, and let's go ahead and forget that spell so we can regain reason. Let's see. Nurse, tank top, pop culture, good girl, tracksuit, and surf. Alright. Endless mode. Let's go. It's hopeless. No matter what you do, the destruction of your town and the awakening of an old god is imminent. Fight with the ever-increasing chaos as survivors try to find a way to escape from the doomed town. As you progress through the investigation events, you will be granted points and special prizes. Manage your resources carefully and hope for the best. Investigate this mystery. Alright, so we are getting started. This is turn 0. Next reward is at turn 10. So let's see what we can do. And the way these turns pass is the same way that the basic missions pass. You investigate the location that's marked in a circle. Let's see. Listen to some music. Luck check failure. Finding an appropriate track proves to be more hassle than it was worth. You end up losing daylight after struggling for hours. +2 do. Oh, right. I've got the ill-fated one. It actually would have been good for me to pick the other one. A new family moved in above you last week. You don't like the sounds you hear at night. You hear rustling on the other side of your apartment door. Someone is trying to get in. It's the apartment stalker.
Alrighty.
Let's see. It's the open window maniac!
God fucking damn it!
That
Remy, the SpongeBob reference.
MSO made that reference.
Hey.
Got the concussion. Unfortunately, I believe that stays with you for the rest of Endless Mode, so... Alright. A huge fire has consumed a wing of a mansion, revealing countless human bones. Let's see. Let's stop by the hospital and get that concussion fixed up, eh? While we're at it, let's swipe a little painkiller. And treatment 1 foot. Oh, we got blood loss, so minus 10% max stamina. Alright, investigate the school. The perfect form, B. When you cut yourself accidentally, you discover that your blood has turned colorless and glassy. You feel fine, but this can't be good. Plus 3 strength, but minus 1 reason. Alright. There's the Karukosa mask. Faster spiritual actions. Nothing else to equip. You know what? Let's use the library notes. Brain worms, minus 2 doom. One-time use only costs 2 stamina. Forgetting this spell costs 2 reason instead.
Wait.
You know what? I have stamina to spare. Yeah, there's this voice I've been hearing in my head lately. Apparently he's called Leroy.
Hey.
The perfect form just looks at the two of you and is like, this is how low this species has become.
I'm paying for this. With him.
All right.
I blame both of you.
The monotony of the forest is broken up by a small pond sitting in a gap between the trees. It teems with life, with a few lotus lily pads floating near the edges and long grass poking out from under the surface. However, at its center, you notice a very slow but seemingly steady stream of bubbles climbing to the surface. If I remember right, this is another one of those... This is one of those stat checks where you actually want to fail, because the passing the stat check penalizes you. Yep. You walk over to the edge of the lake and look through the lily pads, admiring their beauty and ignoring the rest of the pond before moving on with your investigation. Plus 1 reason. A reporter from Tokyo is making a documentary about local legends. You should get in contact with her. Welcome to the rice field. Motherfucker.
Remy. Remy.
As you walk through the village, crops waver in the breeze, following your every movement. Minus 2 reason. It seems that no one wants to reclaim a certain black suitcase. What could be inside? Labyrinth. I don't have a map, so the only thing I could do is get lost. Plus 2 doom. Police have found an empty tent. What could have happened to the owner? Strange markings. A sudden storm forces you to find shelter in a nearby cave. Looking around, you discover strange markings on the cave walls. Try to decipher them. I believe this is a knowledge check? Oh, right. You wonder what it could all mean. I keep forgetting that I have the ill-fated backstory this time. School bathroom. You enter the school bathroom to wash your face with cold water. A sudden noise behind you stops in your tracks. One of the stall doors has opened on its own. Escape the bathroom. You might be paranoid, but there's no way you're risking an encounter with a ghost here. An old journalist keeps mentioning an old case. Let's take the time to, rest up. Is there anything I could do if I prepare? You rummage through your belongings, trying to find anything that will help you. You finally pick up an anatomy book. Hopefully it will be enough. Plus 5 doom. Alright.
Not forget, mortal. Every 25% of your doom stat, I will rob you of one of your wounds, as it were.
Let's see.
Yeah, tell us something we don't know, genius. Bruh.
Ooh. Oh, If I use it, I get -2 stamina, but plus 8 experience. That's not really a good trade-off. Oh. Library notes. Ooh, absorb. Deals 3 damage, gain 2 stamina, but at the cost of 4 reason. Tempting, but no. Do I have any others? Enthrallment. Gain an additional follower, discard on use, costs 4 reason. You know what? Could help. Asato. A witch. If I let her go, I gain 2 spells. Shadow Shroud and Brainworms. Again. For the duration of this mystery, ignore the location's threat level, but it costs 3 reason.
Okay, so just chill.
Let's rest. This is endless mode, so we're doomed anyway. Let's take the opportunity for that and that. Okay. Investigate downtown. Venetian Society, -2 stamina. Select a reward before continuing. Let's see, we can get an item, we can get a medical kit, we can get a spell, or we can reduce our doom. What kind of spell can we get? Unearthly Suture. Receive 1 free injury removal at the cost of 4 doom. Well, I don't really have an injury, I just have a treatment status. Maybe if I still had that concussion. Hunting party. Hearing some rustling behind a bush, you decide to hide behind a tree. There you spot 3 men, each armed with a rifle. They're obviously looking for something or someone. Run. Well, now I have an injury I could use that unearthly suture on. You decide to run from the suspicious men. Suddenly you hear a bang and feel an impact on your shoulder, which quickly turns into intense pain. Quick, follow them! You hear the men, but despite your injury, you manage to lose them behind you. Mangled hand. Attacking in combat deals 1 stamina damage to yourself. So that's a nasty one. Treat this wound. There we go. The perfect form. C. Acute pain in multiple joints alone is a reason to seek medical help. Today you've realized that you can bend your finger both ways. Plus 3 dexterity, but minus 2 stamina. Medical trial. You blend in with the hospital staff and make your way into an unmarked ward where a particular patient catches your eye. They look to be catatonic, eyes glazed over, shallow breathing, but of most interest are the irregular growths along the abdomen. You wouldn't be much of a nurse if you ignored them, right? They need help. Inspect the patient. You eagerly pull on your spare pair of surgical gloves and probe at the growths, taking mental notes about the texture and shape. When you're back home with your textbooks, you realize it doesn't match any known diagnosis. Isn't that amazing? You need to do some more digging later. Plus 3 experience. A reporter from Tokyo is making a documentary about Leia. Hilltop Shrine. This trail to an abandoned Shinto shrine is overgrown and steep. However, it could be an important place to investigate. Take the safe route. Taking the safe route costs you time, but you get to the top without incident. Burnt out candle wax and dried blood around the shrine mean a new sinister cult has claimed this location. Plus 5 experience, but plus 2 doom. Curious red tree has appeared on the crossroad. Is that a sign? You are surprised to find a well-dressed man sitting on a rock in the middle of the forest. When you get closer, however, you discover he's wearing a realistic mask that falls on the ground. Do you have a moment to speak about this product? The Dream Salesman. Fuck your car's extended warranty bullshit! I need to go home and heal up.
Fuck your extended warranty BS, bitch! Get out of here!
Like, I knew that was a scam at the time they started because it was like, I had only gotten my car 6 months ago.
I've gotten calls about that and about like, hello. I heard that that your home is eligible for solar panels. It's like I don't own a home. Like that is such a painfully obvious scam for like 98% of people in the country these days. Because none of us own homes.
The one that I get a lot is, hello, I'm here to talk to you about senior benefits. But then I respond with, I'm 35. And then they hang up immediately. Recently, they hired 2 nurses from Tokyo. No one knows what do they do or where they stay after their shifts. Investigate the hospital.
I don't.
Alright. anatomy horror. I think this is one I can run away from. Alright. You overhear a fisherman talking with someone. I wish the fish didn't look like that. Eldritch statuette. Something pulls you toward the beach. A statuette, half buried in the sand, is calling you. Feeling your hand shaking, you take a step closer. Take it home or ignore it. I believe ignoring it inflicts a curse. Take it home. The statuette is surprisingly heavier than it looks. Mesmerized, you take it home and wonder where you'll display it. It's a bad idea. School's library contains many weird and curious titles. With the trail growing cold, it might be time for a different approach. Could a similar case have occurred in the past? A trip to the library might be a good idea. Study issues of the local. Alright.
Alright.
Cursed Grimoire. Burn it. You may never know what's inside the hideous book, but that's a good thing. -3 doom.
I fucking don't stop.
You're fine, Cookie. Let's see. Let's get an item. Sewing kit? Okay. There we go. Let's see. Anatomy class, which is extra damage against human enemies. First aid, defeating an enemy regains 2 reason. I think I'll take the first aid, and I'll also take the dexterity.
God. It's snowing heavier now.
Yeah.
Well, you know what that means.
You feel watched. You retreat from the room. Alright. Let's see. I'm not setting a foot on this cursed land, says an old sailor. You spot a woman on the beach and decide to get closer and ask what she is doing alone at this late hour. When the woman turns around, you stop. Her mouth is opening and shutting, gulping in air as if it was unnatural to her. In her large eyes, there's only rage. The Koi Woman. It's said that a famous priest died on this rock. Perhaps his mysticism has seeped into it? Tap into its power? Knowledge check failure. You feel you've attracted the attention of something terrible. +2 doom.
Oh, excuse me.
The investigation is taking a toll on you. You start to miss the most obvious leads. +4 doom.
Bye.
Investigate the hospital. Therapy. You're stopped by a masked man wearing a lab coat. He introduces himself as a researcher from Tokyo University, testing a new treatment method that promises to revolutionize modern medicine. Holding out a pile of documents, he tells you he can heal your wounds for free. You just need to sign here. I don't have any actual injury. I just have a treatment status, so I'll decline.
Hey, look at the camera.
At the camera? Yeah, nope. It's not too different over here.
You guys get Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Don't worry about that, Mr. Ice Giant.
Hi, Ice Dragon here. Say, fuck you.
Let's see.
And I'm gonna throw potatoes
Love
at
you too, Drake!
Eternal war between giants and dragons.
That actually sounds very Norse now that you mention it.
Does.
Looks at Silver. Motherfucker, my people had to deal with a guy with an enchanted hammer.
Fair enough. Someone
Also, do not snow.
someone taps you on your back. Sorry, is the bus still running? I'm so late for a meeting. The boss says she's gonna kill me. Startled, you quickly turn around, shocked by what you see there. Tapeworm Salaryman.
Bye.
Alright. Huh. Oh no. Unfinished painting. While looking around the ransacked room of your recently deceased friend, you discover a half-finished painting of a woman, her skin a ghastly pale yellow color. The scene is disturbing, you struggle to look at it. Okay. That could have gone worse, because this was another one of those points that would have triggered something truly evil.
Oh, come on! Why do we keep running into her?
Intimidated by the unsettling portrait, you're haunted by nightmares. -2 reason.
Why do we keep almost running into this bitch?
Let's
John! Pull off your psycho girlfriend!
Which one, Drake?
Yes!
Smart answer.
Let's go ahead and +4 reason. Psych ward. Someone has been branding the patients with occult symbols. Branded like cattle. Are they preparing a feast for their eldritch masters? +4 doom. I guess she went to therapy since nothing is triggering her. What? MSO, that joke doesn't quite work.
What is that joke even in reference to?
In reference to the whole what I said about triggering the something truly evil.
Oh.
Okay. The telephone sounds and multiple voices are too loud for you to ignore. When you enter the apartment, everything turns silent. Gossip junkie. Okay, fine. She stopped going to Tumblr. Also read my other comment. Sorry about that, guys. John, stop farting in our direction.
Now go ahead, River. I told you the second time.
Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberries.
God. For the love of the alpha, do not make any more Monty Python references or I'm gonna bury the entire eastern seaboard in snow.
I think it's
It's
kind.
Remy. What the fuck do you expect?
That's the
He's
worst
not
part.
me doing it.
That's the worst part.
Cause you know, why bravely run away when you can suck it up and actually face the reality?
Old teacher left our town in a hurry. Did she leave any clues? Let's look in the school building.
See, that one flew right under the radar.
Nah, I just didn't care. Let's see. You stand in the middle of the baseball field, built back when the school had a team. It's slowly become overgrown, and students only go here to study or relax. Suddenly, something feels very wrong about this place. You can't quite put your finger on it yet. MSO says, I'll cover the East Coast if you make another Monty Python reference. Well, get on with it. Yes! Get on with it!
Alright! Don't say I didn't warn you!
It's gonna be fucking hilarious if suddenly we have no snow for the rest of the week. Because John's been being deluded about his snow powers.
Let's see,
Is it, mate? Is it, mate? You're as impotent as Monty Python's Lancelot.
Well, let me go back and face the peril. No, it's too perilous. Following a weird light, you enter an abandoned village building. The whole room is illuminated by countless paper lanterns in many colors. One lantern, however, begins to get closer. A human lantern.
I think I actually might have pissed John off with that.
Or gave it away.
I'm sorry.
Let's see.
And
It's fine. Guess I'll just spare the Eastern Seaboard. For now.
okay, what
was
happened, Cookie?
Should I even ask?
Dad also keeps trying to eat the snow, and I don't want him eating it.
Yeah, you never know what could be, like, in the snow.
Yeah.
In other
Well,
words,
I actually find
puppy, in other words, puppy being puppy.
You a motherfucker. Stop.
A priestess was reported missing. Does it have to do with the ongoing harvest festival? Old news, we already saved her from the TV. I'm not apologizing.
Forget it.
Look at this clown.
Well, oh, are you showing a
Yep.
video of the puppy?
Yeah.
I don't know. I find
Easy.
also finding
Then
eating
easy.
the
Look
snow
at
I
that
bring
pup.
down on the. What?
Look at the pup! Oh, look at him!
Also being
He's covered in snow.
Oh,
Oh, he
He-
shakes it off.
he shook it off. I was going to say he was a powdered donut.
I could see it. I could see it.
Stop.
No, just stop.
What part stop eating the snow? Do you not capis?
Everything except for
It's
food.
only she's using Italian lingo.
I actually find also. Wait. Also, is
Also-
using my power as a way to mend his appetite.
Stop eating
Okay,
the
Who's
nuts.
pulling the snow, John?
That's a new one.
Alright, hold on. An old man stops you and invites you into his house. You follow reluctantly, only to be amazed by the number of dusty old sorcery books inside.
Get over here.
I can teach you a thing or two about magic. Don't worry about payment. I'm sure we'll work it out in the future.
Also, I'm watching you.
At this point, just pick him up and carry him under your arm.
I could see you doing that with Simba, Remy. You're large enough.
No. Simba is just too big. This is a Tibetan Mastiff we're talking about.
You can still pick him up. I know you can.
I would practically have to deadlift him. He's just that big.
You could. You've bathed him. You would have had to get him into the tub somehow.
I'm pretty
Investigate.
sure the dog cat is tall enough to walk into the tub himself.
Yeah. Let's see.
But
He
if
told
he
me
can,
that-
the question is, would he?
Let's see.
An electric ninja with a Tibetan Mastiff as a pet. Now, where have I seen that before?
It's not Remy's pet.
It's my
Simba
brother's.
isn't Remy's pet. He's his brother's pet. Remy just helps take care of the fucking oversized bear rug.
Let's see.
Can't think of anyone. Sorry.
No. All right.
Well, to be fair, Simba ain't Remy's pet. Is that Remy lives in the same house as the dog and helps take care of it. Because, you know, it's an oversized bear rug. It's kind of a two-person job. Oh, it's Tataru! Hi, Tataru! That is an award-winning smile right there.
Yep. I don't even want to know where it got those lips and teeth from. You receive additional combat damage. Not that it matters, because our doom meter reached its end. So, let's just finish this off.
We're dead. There's no way. We died. We died!
You are dead, dead, dead. You think that you're hot. Guess what? You're not.
You're not.
You are dead, dead, dead. Ah, shoot. What was the name of that game? Total Distortion? Alright.
No, because it's an incredibly hard game.
Yeah, and apparently that was specifically the song that they composed for, like, when you get a game over. Alright, resolve combat. Flesh and gore, skin, strands of hair, bones, insects, flowers, sweat, and soil. All in a macabre unity, melded as one. Perfect form, a flawless vessel to nurture an infant god.
Today was talking about SCP-001 when day breaks.
Alright, cause of death swallowed by the perfect form. I just realized that because I ended the run with a burn status, she's got the bandages over the Karakosa mask. That's actually hilarious.
Hot, 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 hot.
What?
Alright, let's see.
I was trying to do a funny with that,
But yeah,
and failed miserably because my comedy
Add to
stat
rep-
is at 0.
Alright.
I had to reference when day breaks with that.
Fair enough. Alright. Well, with that, I think we can go ahead and...
I think I'm macabre enough to get that joke.
Darkest joke! Darkest joke!
It's an SCP thing. When day breaks is actually a really fucking creepy and messed up concept. It's basically the sun turns red. All in its light start to melt and meld together into one mass. And that mass will just scream and plead for anyone inside in every voice it has to come outside and see the light.
Yeah. Alright, well,
That is really fucked up, bro.
Yep. Let's see.
It's an SK end of world class event.
That makes it even worse.
Yep. Alright, let's see who we can raid.
We're gonna raid with snow.
Let's see. Let's go ahead and raid Porcelain Maid, who is currently playing Halo 2 Anniversary.
I will raid with Daddy.
No.
Uh, 225 pizza. Nobody expects the Shinobi Inquisition. Let's see. John. You up for a fighting game tomorrow?
What? Sure, I guess. It's on the marquee.
Well, let's see what's on the list. There it is. Let's see. I did play Blaze Blue Calamity Trigger before, but I also have Chrono Phantasma Extend. Let's see. I have Guilty Gear Isuka, Guilty Gear Strive, Guilty Gear Xrd Sign, Guilty Gear XX Accent Core plus R. Yeah, no, the naming convention is weird. Oh yeah, I just got the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, Arcade Classics. What else do I have? I do have JoJo All-Star Battle. What fighting games do you have?
I don't need to check. That depends on what I'm playing. Cause
Oh, right, you have-
PS5 I have Mortal Kombat 1.
Yeah.
I have
Oh God, this is cold.
I'm Mortal Kombat 11, and that's roughly about it.
We'll see what we can do. All right.
You know the drill. Raid with Daddy.
We've already picked the raid message. We're gonna go ahead and raid. We're gonna go ahead and raid Porcelain Maid. Tomorrow afternoon is the fighting game dojo stream. And if I remember right, tomorrow I actually do get off of work earlier.
I
Which
do
is-
have something I need to do,
Enjoy your day of
so...
rest.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and raid, and I will talk to you guys later.
Enjoy your day of rest.
Yep.
Did
Never.
you? No, I still